If today was polling day for Gareth Southgate, I get the impression that he wouldn't do too well. But it's not today. It's on Saturday, where England face Switzerland in our Euros quarter-final, where we need to improve. Otherwise, we're heading for a swift exit. It could have been swifter if it wasn't without some magic from Jude Bellingham and a smart finish from Harry Kane that somehow, some way, booked our spot in the quarter-final a few days ago. I'm still trying to get my head around those final few minutes. I was literally, no word of a lie, typing England out of the Euros as Bellingham hit that overhead kick on a live stream. But thankfully, we are still in the competition. We're still in Germany, and this is our match preview for England versus Switzerland. A couple of fantastic guests joining me. Gary, how are you?
Oh, I'm very good. Thanks. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Jolly good. Nothing much going on out there today. Pretty, pretty normal day. Not a lot going on, except from us talking about England. Where to start? To be honest, I don't know. So Gary, I'm just going to hand it over to you to just say what you like about it. To be honest, because it's a monstrosity.
Well, there's two ways to look at it, Jake. To be positive, we've got to the quarterfinals by playing so badly. It's not true. So we can't play any worse. I think all three of us would agree with that. We need to play better now. I was watching, like you guys, I just couldn't believe he didn't make any changes at any time. And, you couldn't see a goal coming. Bellingham scores a worldie. We go on the front foot, score again, and then sit back again. I just don't understand it. 2 shots on target in 120 minutes. But, as Napoleon used to say, you want lucky generals. And I think Southgate is a lucky guy. And he gets luck of the draw. So if we win against Switzerland, stop the Swiss roll, then we play Netherlands or Turkey.
His
run for the guy.
His luck is so frustrating. It seems like in every single tournament, he keeps on going with it. Mike, I said to you the other night, it was worse than watching West Ham. It was worse than watching Moisball. It was. That's some accomplishment to stoop lower than that, isn't it?
It is. And with the quality of players we got out there, it's just pathetic in my mind. We've got to be better than that. So many players have just been below par, haven't they? Bellingham's not been great, but he's pulled a worldie out and he's got us out of a big pile of poo. Kane's not been great, yet he scores a goal. Like Gary said, sometimes you don't need to be good, you just need to be lucky. And we're lucky we're still there. We know that. But, we got to improve sooner or later, surely, You said, Jake, the stars are aligning. He won't have an easier path, ever. No. So they've got to just buckle down now and go, right, come on. Whether it's a change of formation or whatever, but he's got to do something different. And he's got to use those subs. I've been to get Gordon, someone with some pace. Absolutely great. You don't need to start him, but get him on that pitch, something different. But just carry on, and it's the same old thing, and I haven't been impressed with Saka. He just keeps going one way. This defender, it'd be easy, honestly. He's going to come inside all the time, and the triple at left back, we are just we're just playing.
It's just been painful. It's just been complete suicide. That on the other day in that game against Slovakia in the second half, it was like football suicide, wasn't it? It was just so god awful the way he didn't change things, the way he stuck by it. And you even had the most uncharismatic co-commentator in the world, Lee Dixon. Even he was getting a little bit like, we can get on with it, and that summed it up. Really, it was just lunacy. And everybody was saying the same thing, and no, he stuck with it. It's almost like at the start of the tournament, Southgate went, right, this is me start 11. I might change it here and there, a couple of changes, but they are going to win me the Euros. There's nothing anyone can do about it. I just couldn't get my head around it in any way, shape or form. But maybe that's why I'm not the England manager. We got through, Gary.
Yeah, we did. And the thing with tournament football, the form is so important because it's such a short period of time. You've got like a month. And we watched West Ham all season and players coming out of form. Bowen started off like a house on fire last season, went out of form for a couple of months. And I think Saka and Kane, I don't think Kane's fit, and I think Saka's out of form. They're not bad players, they're just not on form. So I think you just need to put those players that are in form in the team. So Gordon, I'd play him, I'd play Palmer. You've got to play these players. And Kane, I don't think is fit enough to run around for 90 minutes. Is my personal view. But as you say, Jake, I'm not England manager either. But it seems like the whole of the public can see something that Southgate can't. And you can't continue to play as badly as we are and not get caught out eventually. Because the other side of the draw has got Spain, Germany, Portugal, and France left. Yeah. So I can't see any of them not beating us at the moment. So we just need to improve drastically.
I mean, for entertainment purposes, what a Friday night that's going to be. I mean, there's one of them at 5 o'clock and one of them at 8 o'clock. Those two games are going to be cracking. I'm going to get all of my entertainment for the weekend on that Friday night because it's not going to come with England. That is for sure. I see you joining us in the chat, Michael. Hope you are well. Kilman, of course, putting our West Ham hats on. Looks like it'll be a captain. Someone just put on Twitter, actually, we went into last season without a leader. We've just bought one. So, look, I think it's a bit much, I'm going to be honest. But it's what it is.
Is it right? Maidenhead get £10 million from this?
About 6 to 8, I think.
Is it not? There's a percentage which is
15 to 20% goes to Alan Devonshire's Maidenhead United.
Wow, that must be fantastic for them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Great for small clubs like that. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm all for that. I really am. And well done, Maidenhead.
Absolutely.
On their, on the flipping contract, that is brilliant work. Great
for
stuff.
Sure. When you move clubs, Mike, did clubs stick a 15% sell-on clause on you?
No, 15% penalty buyback.
For a point.
There's a fine if they ever tried to sell them back.
See, Michael got in there before you actually with the Swiss roll joke, Gary. But he's just giving panel. I think we will get Swiss rolled on Saturday. There we
go. I was there.
Larry, thanks for joining us. Hope you are well. Sharky's been a member for 29 months. Thank you very much indeed, Larry. Sharky, start again. Sharky, thank you very much indeed for that. Greatly appreciated if I get your name right eventually. Fathead, I hope you are well. The England team has no balance, says Michael. Didn't anyone tell Southgate there is a left part of the pitch? And somebody else commented about Luke Shaw, actually. I can't find it, but there it is. I don't understand why Shaw was picked, and he's injured. He's not even fit. He's still not fit now. We haven't got any left backs in the squad, but we put an injured left back in who's not going to play. I mean, the left hand side has been redundant, completely and utterly redundant, because we've got a right back at left back, which has then had a knock on effect on the winger out there. And if anything's come through anything, which has been very rare, it's been through the right hand side. Left hand side's been completely ineffective. The balance is just non-existent. I mean, Gary, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's completely unacceptable to have a squad so unbalanced at this level of football. Completely unacceptable. The lad at Crystal Palace could have gone. He's a good left foot. Even Cresswell could have gone. Left foot. Anyone with a left foot. And same with the wingers. You need Trippier always cuts back inside, and the defenders know he's got no confidence at all in his left foot. Bowen's left footed. He can play on the left wing. Gordon's left footed. He can play on the left wing. It just irritates me. It's such basic football. Get a left footer in a team. Oh, it's just crazy.
It's absolutely painful, to be honest with you. And look, we've said after every game, Mike, we want a change. We want some different players in there. We want a change of system, a change of balance, whatever. We can't keep saying this. Something's got to happen. He's made minor alterations in midfield that overarchingly hasn't had any impact, if we're totally honest. We had Trent the first two games, that didn't work. And then he's put Gallagher in, that didn't work. Then he put in Mainu, that's it. And he was better, but still we had the same problems. What has he got to change fundamentally to get this team to where it needs to be to beat Switzerland?
Jay, I mean, they showed a pitch map. I don't know if you've seen it. Where I spent most of the time on the pitch. And Bellingham and Foden are basically sat on top of each other. Now, what does that tell you? I mean, any coach in the, with half a bloody length and that there would say, come on, this is what these two on the pitch all the time. It's not working. Full stop. Yeah. I think it's afraid to drop one of these so-called undroppable players, and I think he's going to have to in the end.
Mike, you've hit the nail on the head there. Sven used to do this when he was in charge of England. You've got the 11 best players, in inverted commas, but not the best team. So he used to shove Scholes to the left, do you remember? And he's doing the same thing here. He's pitting Bellingham and Foden in because they are two fantastic players. But if they play the same position, one of them's got to be dropped. Simple as. You got to make it. That's what he's paid the big bucks for. To say, look, I'm sorry, Jude, or I'm sorry, Phil. This is the game for you. It's a decision, and he's terrified of dropping Kane. He won't touch Kane. It irritates me so much. As an England manager, he has to make some tough calls.
I mean, he's got all year to sort. It's like before this, before the tournament started, he sat down. He went, right, my best 11 players on club merit are these, and that's what I'm going to stick with. Yeah. And he's sort of, they're an afterthought. Palmer, Gordon, Bowen, they're a complete afterthought. Oh, you get, and he's even said in his post-match presser how peed off Tony was to be brought on with 90 seconds of normal time to go. Put these players, when it's not working, when it's clear, when you're getting booed by the England fans on an hour mark, make a change then with half an hour to go, with the ability for those players to change the game. We got away with it big time in our last game, and that won't happen again. We were 90 seconds away from going home, probably worst with the players that we've got, probably an even worse farcical performance than that one against the Icelandics back in 2016. The headlines were written already. The newspapers were ready to go, but they had to retract them. And we need to stop that from happening again. I don't know the answer. Well, I do know the answer. This team needs balance. This team needs a change. Not the same. If I get back Saturday and it's the same team again, what's the point, Mike?
Yeah, he might get away with it, Jake. He could scrape his way all the way through, but we need a lot of luck to do that. And I think we probably run out of that luck. It ain't going to carry on. People got to start rolling their sleeves up. I think there was a quote saying, he wants us to get on the front foot and play a bit. Well,
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't. It's not natural with him. It's all the players are going to do it themselves and go, right, I'm going in there. Rice seems scared to run with the ball at all. He just doesn't look the same player at all. Sooner or later, someone's got to run with that ball to open the team, or you've got to push forward, or you've got to bring your centre halves out to push teams back, and then start finding holes in these teams. Because let's face it, every team we've played have been on paper, nowhere near us.
Yeah,
I know football's played on grass and not on paper. So they've sat back and let us go at them, and we have just not had the nous to open any of them. How many shots have we had in all those games?
Well, we had
2 on target.
2 on target. They were the flipping goals in 120 minutes of football. I mean, that's a sackable defence on its own, isn't it?
Tells you something, doesn't it?
The thing is, Mike, I was looking at it when we went 2-1 up. He immediately made some substitutions. We went 5-4-1. Did you see that? We're sitting back. The 2-1 up against a team who ranked, I can't remember, 47 or 53 or whatever it was.
In the world.
Yeah, a long way behind us. They were nothing. If we had gone out there, we could have got 3 or 4 easily. But he's terrified. He's absolutely terrified. He gets in front. Every time we get in front, we just sit back. And you do that against Spain. I'm sorry they're going to score. And France are going to score. And Portugal are going to score. And Germany are going to score. And probably Switzerland are going to score. Because they gave Italy a good thrashing. It wasn't 2-0. It was 3 or 4-0, really.
Oh, yeah.
They're a good side.
The other thing we've got to remember is this. We haven't been tested at the back.
No.
And our defence is not good enough. Well, it showed you, didn't it? Mistake. They both went for the same header, Stones and Gay. I know Gay's can't play in this game. He's done really well. I don't want to knock the ball, but he's made a couple of mistakes and got away with it. He's, you know what I mean? A couple of times he's got caught out in the wrong position, or he's played a bad pass.
Which he's done, Mike, isn't he? He's had 5 caps or whatever. He's 22 years old. He's done mistakes.
I don't want to knock the guy because he's played really well, and he's done really well. But against a better team, he gives that ball away against Germany, and bang, it's in the net.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it looks like now initially, Initially, when I saw he was missing the next match, I went, "Oh my god, we're going to play Lewis Dunk." But then I realised we've got Konsa as well, so I presume Konsa goes ahead of Dunk, so it's going to be Konsa and Stones. So that's an enforced change, right? And hopefully we'll see a couple more changes in the attacking areas, not just enforced ones, for this game. Let's take some more of your comments. Fat, it says it surely made everyone see that Moyes isn't as bad as we pretended he was. No, I think it's probably told me that there's somebody worse than Moyes, which I don't think was even possible, to be honest. And we found somebody. unluckily. And unluckily, he's the manager of our country, which is not great. Any views on Paqueta going to Brazil? I don't think it'll happen. I think that's pure conjecture. I can't see that happening. Moyes for England, could you imagine that? Why is Watkins not getting any game time? I mean, Gary said it earlier when he's petrified of dropping Kane. I mean, he is absolutely petrified of it. Kane, he scored 2 goals, so you can't. He's done his job in that sense, but apart from that, he has been absolutely woeful. It looks like he's he's put on a stone and he's sort of like struggling a bit.
Exactly, Jake. He's not fit. Again, I'm not criticising Kane because he's been a fantastic servant and he's a brilliant footballer. We all know that. But the lad's not fit. He did not play for Bayern Munich for the last month of the season for a reason. He's got a bad back and he's moving like he's got a bad back. And he will score goals because, like Zuma for us, he knows where he should be. Positionally, he knows he's a good forward. He knows exactly where he should be. So his first goal, he was stood unmarked in the box and smacks it in the back of the net. Second one from Tony's header, he stood exactly where he should be, just knocked it in. He's very static. He's like a better Andy Carroll at the moment. He's just very static because his back's gone, and that's not his fault. But Southgate and his team should say, "Look, Harry, your back's gone. You're having half an hour max. Simple as." But he won't. It's ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Southgate has his boys, and they know they won't get dropped even if injured.
100%.
Can a Brazilian team afford 85 million? Well, I think we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks, aren't we? Yeah, we talked about Shaw in that one. That was lunacy. Best thing about this game is it's not on ITV. Again, we do a bit of a curse on ITV. And I wouldn't mind it if we had Clive on there, but they've binned off Clive Tilsley for blooming Sam Matterface. So I do prefer the BBC in that one. But, I mean, as I said, we had a bit of charisma from Lee Dixon the other night, and that's a rarity. I mean, he's like Jermaine Genius, but like worse.
No, genius. Come on. Well, Danny Murphy.
Danny Murphy as well. We're in the same category here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. It's a 20% sell-on clause. Maidenhead have unthinkable to say prior to the tournament, but we could very well lose to the Swiss. Well, we were not, as I said, we were going out the other night quite easily in the end, and not unfortunately. Fortunately, we managed to claw it back. But I mean, we'll have a little look at the Swiss lineups, how they're going to do in a little second. Larry says, I think I've been a member since Jake was a youngster and now a young man. Oh, I'll take that, young man, because I get diminished to a child still in my grand old age of 16, nearly 17, may I add as well. So, boys, I come back I break up the school.
Driving, Jake. Driving.
All right.
Yeah. You should get him behind the wheel then.
Might go, yeah, you can drive me around.
And so I think someone might have to drive around.
Pardon?
I've been caught speeding again. I'm afraid.
You've been caught speeding again? Oh, you shouldn't have told me that, Mike. Oh, dear. What?
But I don't know if I can one of those bloody speed awareness.
Oh dear. Right. But yeah, so I break up the school, we go on a 2-week cruise, and I come back on my birthday. So I'm expecting to come back here on my birthday, and for you two have all organised like an on-screen party or something, like Gary. So
Mike and I can both guarantee it won't happen. We struggle with our own family, don't you, Jake?
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I thought you were going to wangle in a way that I'm tight there, and
no, not at all.
I thought there was one of them narratives coming.
Not at all. I just had an expensive time on my daughter's birthday, so me done.
Lone Star says, we aren't moving the ball quickly. It's all slow, backwards, sideways, knee possession with purpose. Exactly, with purpose. Absolutely. Couldn't have put it better myself. The purpose. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. It's hot as heck in Lexington, but I got to use some alliteration now. It's cold as. Help me. Cold as something we're going to see. Sorry?
Cold as can be.
Cold as can be. There we go. Saka reminds me of Benny at the moment. Run forward, stop, pass back. Absolutely. What's this? Thanks, Larry. I think Jake needs to show early videos again. Yes, get early videos. What is it? What is it? Me doing videos early in the morning, or me showing videos of
early videos,
or me showing videos where like my whole forehead was on show and like I was about 8 decibels higher in like the squeaky era.
One of Ant and Dec has made a career out of showing his forehead, Jake. I don't know which one it is. I get it mixed up.
Speaking of Dak, Jude needs to sit back with Dak and make the box-to-box runs. I think that's a different Dak. Then we can play a real number 10 on the pitch. Sharky says, have you watched any of the USA in the Copa America? They were poor. I was expecting them to do a lot better. Sharky, you've watched more of it than I have. I got Bailey.
I know Panama have reached the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Jamaica a bit.
Spot on, Jake. Well, thank you very much. The team needs a change, absolutely. We look too cautious, too slow, and unconvincing. Sharky, yes, they are a disappointment. We need major changes. Larry for manager or Larry for president. Wow, we don't want to get on.
You two watch that debate. Oh my word!
He couldn't do anything. Who they got up there?
Yeah, they're not much better than ours, are they?
No.
Right, people are putting their predictions in. We'll come on to those a little bit later. We haven't had our in-depth analysis from Gary about the opponents yet. That's what he's here for. So we'll get on to that. To be fair, Gary, this is getting easier and easier as time go on.
I'll tell you who has impressed me, Xhaka. I didn't really rate him when he was at Arsenal, but he's been brilliant this tournament.
Yeah.
Granit
Let's have a
Xhaka.
little look, shall we, at Switzerland. So they didn't beat Switzerland. They are Switzerland. They beat Italy, in the round of 16, 2-0. Noticeable players: Jan Sommer in goal. Akanji plays for Man City. Fabian Schär, is he at Newcastle?
Yeah.
Granit Xhaka, former Arsenal man. Briel Mbolo, a man that we were heavily linked with over the last 24 months or so. Dennis Zakaria, another name we've been linked with. Jordan Shaqiri, who remembers him from his Premier League days. So there's a few more noticeable names there. Gary, it sounds like you watched their Italy game. I didn't. What have you made of them in this tournament?
They're a good side, Jake. They're a good side. They got a progressive manager. They look to go forward, and they 2-0. They were very, very comfortable against Italy. You know, it was an easy win. Could have been 3 or 4, in my opinion. And like I said, Xhaka is running it from midfield. So we need to dominate the midfield the way we haven't done so far this tournament. And it's going to be a hard game. They're full of confidence. They're a good side. You know, if we think that because they're ranked below us, and traditionally, I think the stat says they haven't beaten us since 1981, I think. And but stats mean nothing. On current form, I would make them favourites. In fact, in the prediction league, Jake, I'm putting Swiss down for a win.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yep.
That's nice.
About Xhaka, he's been brilliant, and he's a real hothead at Arsenal, didn't he? He was just always looked like sent off at any minute, and always made some bad fouls. But he's been to Leverkusen, and he's been brilliant there as well. So, yeah, he's probably got better with age, to be fair to him.
And he's gone to a winning team from a losing team. So.
Yeah, they scored good goals. That Vargas scored a good goal against Italy. And they're a good size.
They absolutely are. See, there we go. Our oppositional analysis is enhancing the more the competition goes through. I must be paying you more money, Gary.
That'll be the day, Jake.
Right, I'm going to leave your predictions and we'll go through them a little bit later. Comment of the night goes to Sharky, though. Scotland got home before the postcards. That made me internally chuckle when I read that. Of course, I was multitasking. I was reading the comments and listening to Gary and Mike's inquisitive analysis. As always, Freshfielder, hope you are well. Mike says, wasn't Kane centre-back at some stage during our last match? We just as well have been. Yeah. Just as well have been. England haven't won a knockout game on ITV since the 1980s, apart from you and I, because that was a knockout game, wasn't it? Were we on ITV tonight as well, weren't we? Yeah.
True. That's very true.
Now, as in it was a draw this week because it was in normal time. I see in normal time. Right, I get it. Kane shows no energy, jogging around like he's in the German league. Very true. Happy 4th of July Day. Happy Election Day. Independence Day, of course, over in the US of A. So, the Swiss have only lost one game in the last 18 months. Is that going to change? Probably not. Freshfielder, Danny, careful what you wish for. Murphy, Gabby, careful what you wish for. A Bon Lahore, Muppets. Yeah, I'm too young to vote. Yeah, but I can't wait to when I can. Everyone needs to get out there and vote. That's my opinion.
Well, you can vote at 16 now.
No, not yet. No, not yet. They're going to change the law.
Starmer gets in. You can vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll be able to vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll vote with the next one. Don't know who for, but Mark Noble for Prime Minister. Somebody put that on Twitter earlier, which made me chuckle.
Jake, watch a film called Brewster's Millions. Michael Owen back in the day in the 80s. That's a film about politics. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Vote for none of the above. That's what you got to watch. You need to watch that. You remember that, Mike?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Jake soon old enough to buy a beer.
Yeah, he's got to find what Jake gets to the bar and goes, "What's the beer?" Apparently, I've got to buy one.
Oh dear, I don't like you two. You're horrible to me. You are. Fatty says you need to organise us all to get you driving lessons. Yeah, you want to see me whipping about? I'll go to Mike's house.
£45 an hour, Jake. 45 driving lessons now.
I know you're paying. That's why.
45
I'm not paying for them. It's ridiculous.
It was 8 when I passed.
8. Christ. Wow.
Well, 2 and 6 when Mike passed.
50 shillings when Mike passed, wasn't it?
It was a bit less than 8, yeah.
Cold as a mother-in-law's hello. Sharky's on form tonight.
That's quite good.
Very good. Very good. Decades. Ant and Deck. They're both little, aren't they? Though they're both little. Well, coming back to the price of driving lessons. It's a good job all you are members. Otherwise, I won't be able to do it. That's my revenue for it. that's my funding. All of your memberships. Right. Jake. What's it? Jake soon old enough to buy a roundabout. Just steady on it. A beer, singular, not a round. Let's go steady. Let's go steady. Noble for PM. Absolutely. Right, let's go on to some predictions. And I'm going to go first so I don't get backed into a corner, even though I said 0-0 the last time I was backed into a corner for the Denmark game, which I was correct. So I will just go, thank you very much for that. I think England are going to win. I think it's going to be narrow. I'm going to go 1-0 to England right at the end. Unconvincing, unconventional, but once again, we get the job done because Southgate is a lucky sod. Who wants to go next?
Go on, Gary.
If he doesn't make any changes to the team, Jake, 2-0 to Switzerland. And if he changes the team and puts a bit more positivity, then 2-1 to us.
Mike?
I was going to say, we got to play better this time. We cannot play that badly again. So I was going to say 2-1, but Gary's just taking that. So I'm going to have to change it to... You had 1-0, didn't you?
Yeah. But you're in the corner now, aren't we?
You can have 2-1, Mike. You can take it.
No. That's not the rules.
Well, I chose 2, to be fair to me.
Right. What? And we'll win an extra time again.
Oh, I love it. There we go. Bit of spontaneity. There we go. Good stuff. Let's take some of yours.
The thing that worries me, Jake, is like the first game was bad. We thought you must change it. Second game was bad. We thought you must change it. Third game, blah, blah, blah. Fourth game, blah, blah, blah. And now we're on game 5. We're all thinking he must change it, but he showed no indication of doing so far. So it's not looking good, I'm afraid.
Maybe he's now going to get a memo.
Change, hasn't he? Because obviously the Palace lad is injured. So he's probably going to change the formation, I think. He's going to go with 3 at the back. And
switch up.
Something like Saka would go in at left wing back, Trent at right. And then,
so maybe that might accommodate then potentially if you fill that other centre half pot, you could put Walker out to the left hand side maybe because I think he'll be better than Trippier, and you could have Trent at right wing back, which makes me more comfortable. Yeah,
but I think he'd probably go Saka as a left wing back, and then Trent as a right wing back.
And have Walker as a centre half.
Bit of pace at the back.
Yeah,
it'd be one of the back 3. That's what I think he'd do. But
that'd be good. Then you can play Bellingham, Rice, City, and Foden up front. Then you play Bellingham, Rice, Foden, one of the 3, and play 2 up front. Play Kane and Tony up front.
Yeah, I like Mainu. I think he's a good little player. I didn't think him and Rice played that well together in a couple of the warm-up games. They didn't seem to. I think Rice just needs to know now. Okay, he needs to sit, but sit on his own. Be the only, and the other 2 in front of him. And then that's it. Then right, there's your job. Don't let anyone buy. That's your job. Pick it up. Okay, every now and again, want a little burst. One of them will have to sit in and cover for you. And I think if he's doing that, then they're looking at each other, going, "Who sat in? Who sat in?" You know.
There we go.
I think it'd be better altogether playing a 3-5-2.
I think that would be brilliant, and I'll be wholly and entirely confident if he does go with that. Something tells me that he probably won't, but that would be brilliant if we could all sit here and bring that to reality on Saturday. Fathead's going for 2-1 after extra time. Michael's agreeing with me. Great minds think alike, pal. Sweetie Bun time, 1-0 to England, 2-1 in normal time. Goalless draw in 120 minutes, and the Swiss win 1-0 on penalties. That's an appalling shootout, that is. That is a really appalling shootout. Desmond says, Larry, England win on penalties, but he saves 2 of them. 2-1 to England in 90 minutes. It will be a struggle. It will be a struggle. There is no doubt about that one. Yeah, game is on at 5 p.m. So I'm playing cricket and got to dash home, hopefully finish in time, ready for the 5 o'clock kickoff. And hopefully it will be a releasing of the handbrake is a decent way of putting it. Absolutely. Let's see some free-flowing attacking football. I feel like a broken record. I've said it all season. Now I'm saying it in flipping June and July. But hey-ho, it's what we love. Gary and Mike, some final thoughts?
I was speaking to a Sevilla fan about Lopetegui.
Oh, okay.
And he said, go to Mike, I'll get his quotes up. I'll look at his actual quote.
Okay, go ahead. Mike, some final thoughts?
And the words of the song, things cannot get better.
Keep going.
Cannot get better. I think that's my singing, Jake. Otherwise, you're going to have everyone dropping out.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Go on.
He said to me, is it true that you reported Lopetegui? And I said, yes. And I said, what do you think? Any good at Sevilla? Because he was a Sevilla fan. He is a Sevilla fan. He goes, the ball goes from one side to the other, but never forward. The wingers are not allowed to go to the end line and put in centres. He's a cheap version of Guardiola. And I said, oh dear, that's not very good. Does he promote the youngsters? Not at all. He did not promote anyone from the academy up. But he said, there's a good side. You go grab a beer, hit the toilet and eat a hot dog, and the ball will still be in exactly the same place when you come back.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
That was his view on Lopetegui.
Yeah.
I said, I was so glad I renewed my season ticket then. And he just laughed.
Brilliant. You filled me with so much confidence, Gary.
I know. And that's from a Sevilla fan.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Fatty says, make sure you bowl first so you can leave early. Now I'll be out there steadying the ship, when we're 28 for 5 or something. That's what we're doing. I have 3 wickets and then we'll be 28 for 5 and I'll have to go out there and just, prod it around a bit. Then, England game's on. Let's hoik to the leg side. Off we go. Freshfielder says, Rice's positioning for a return pass in space has always been woeful. Got to the stage where he's now blocking channel to teammates and he's practically holding the centre-half's hands because of how far back we are. Hey-ho. Right, we will leave it there. Mike and Gary, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Pleasure.
I'll speak to you very, very soon. But until then, come on, you Lions, come on, England, and we will see you soon. Tomorrow night, Nigel's going to join me to talk about West Ham as well. He couldn't be with us tonight, but he wants to talk about West Ham. So we're going to do a West Ham show tomorrow night. And yeah, we'll know who's the Prime Minister then. Not that it bothers me. And Gary's frozen, but he's back. There we go. Gary's now going to the cinema. What are you watching, mate? We're going to see... what's it called? A quiet. What's it called? The quiet one. The horror film. A Quiet Place. Day 1. Quiet Place. There we go. So I hope you have a fantastic experience. It'll be a late night for you. What time is this showing? 9 o'clock. Oh, late night on the town. Yeah, well, I'm allowed to now. I'm an adult. Very good. Mike and Gary, I will speak to you very soon. Come on, England. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.
Guys.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.